Hello everyone, welcome once again to another tutorial regarding Windows Server Core 2022 tips and tricks. So in today's subject I wanted to show you how you can quite easily install Windows Admin Center. So a very useful thing that you should use for managing not only your servers but maybe also some workstations depending on what's where and what you are going to be using. So for this presentation I'm gonna use my Windows Server Core. As you can see, it's here, and I'm gonna use a Windows Desktop Edition. So I'm gonna install this Windows Admin Center here on the Desktop Edition. Why? Because I cannot install it here on my Windows Server Core. Why is that? Well, in the documentation you can read that even if you download your Windows Admin Center and you will try to run the MSI and you have DC installed, so your Windows Server Core is a domain controller, the installation will not commence. So it won't be possible, and an error is going to appear saying that you cannot commence this installation of Windows Admin Center on a domain controller. That's why I'm not installing it here, because this is my domain controller. If it was bare installation of Windows Server, or it hosted only, let's say, DNS or DHCP, I could show you how to install it, but it doesn't matter because, to be honest, we can do it here and it's gonna be done in PowerShell as well, so you can always install it the same way on your Windows Server Core if it's not a domain controller. So basically what we are gonna use is wget, and this is a one-liner. So we are specifying the link from which we are gonna connect and download the file, and the output file is gonna be in on our C drive, and it's gonna be called admin.msi. So the same way you can of course download it on your Windows Server Core. Since this is gonna take a moment, I'm just gonna pause the video and unpause it once the installation has been downloaded, and then we are gonna commence with the installation. Okay, so the installation has been downloaded. Let's go into our C drive, and as you can see, here it is. So let's install. Okay, we're gonna accept the terms and conditions, the diagnostics, only basic diagnostics I want to send. I will choose this option for Microsoft Update for the updates. Okay, next I'm gonna leave it on default, and here I'm just gonna check for all of the HTTP being redirected to HTTPS. So all the requests for port 80 should be redirected to port 443. And let's install. So pretty straightforward, nothing fancy about it. The same kind of stuff you would be doing on Windows Server Core. You would just go explorer.exe, and then you would go to the C drive and commence with the same installation and go through the same process. Although I think it would be better to host this particular piece of software on a totally different workstation, not on the Windows Server Core. So this is like a Windows Server standard. Okay, so here's our URL. As you can see, HTTPS, the name of the server, and colon 443, so on port 443. Okay, so basically now we are in our Windows Admin Center. Now all the requested extensions are downloading, so we'll wait. Okay, so as you can see, all the extensions have been updated and our admin center is restarting. So we are managing, of course, our server, so the one that we are currently on, and now we can add another server. So let's add a server, and I'm gonna add my Windows Server core here. So and there we go, we can add. Okay, so we got our server added. Now let's manage, and we're gonna change for the credentials synonymous with the server. Now we can go into the server, and there we go. This is my domain controller. All of the info about it, of course. And we have like quite a lot of different things here: certificates, devices, events, files, firewall. Of course, we can go to firewall. So as you can see, we got here the overview of our firewall, incoming rules, of course, outgoing rules. So the same kind of stuff you can check on your server. You get all the installed apps. Of course, the registry. We got the remote desktop, so we can check if our welcome to remote desktop. So we can basically try to log in with remote desktop, although it should be actually turned off. Well, in our case it's turned on because I have changed the remote desktop port. So of course, like I said, perfectly you would have your remote desktop totally banned or disabled, but I have changed my remote desktop port. You can find this video how to do it on my channel. So I have banned the default port and changed it to a different one. Of course, we got roles and features, so you can install different roles here to the existing server. So we got also DHCP server role, which you can actually install from here. But I will go into installing DHCP in the next video probably. Got security. So all the scans, secured core. So here we have things that are not configured, as I talked about it before. So secured boot, virtualization based security, and hypervisor enforced code integrity. So some are not supported, some are not configured. And of course updates, right? Storage. So basically this is our Windows admin center. Very easy to manipulate and use. You just click add and then you choose what you want to add, either server or Windows workstation or a server cluster or maybe an Azure VM. depending what you're looking for. So I will conclude this video. As always, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.